Hey everyone, it's Michelle Caruana from Play Cafe Academy. And today's video, like so many of my videos, was actually inspired by a topic that was recently brought up in my Playmaker Society group. And if you guys are not aware, my Playmaker Society group is my group coaching program that is only open to people who have gone through my Play Cafe Academy program. And if you're interested in learning more about either one of those, you can just go to michellecaruana.com/playcafeacademy. I will also link to it in the description of this video. And this question really gave me pause, and I'm going to share what it is in just a moment. But it made me realize that uh, a lot of how I run my business comes from my past experience, both in business school and in my experience working over 10 years in the grocery and retail space. So I wanted to share this Q&A with you, and I hope it gets you thinking outside the box a little bit and get really creative in your business. But before I get into the question and answer, if you could give this video a thumbs up, let me know if you like this content. It really helps me so much, and I appreciate every single person watching this video more than you know. And subscribe to my channel also because I put out a new video every single week and I don't want you to miss anything. All right, so this question was actually brought up by a current Play Cafe owner, so somebody who's currently operating her business. And she kind of tagged me in an old post where I shared one of our event descriptions. And she said, hey, Michelle, I noticed that you do this babies and brunch event like one Sunday a month. And she was kind of asking me about my pricing and if I would change anything if I could go back. And I knew exactly right away what she was referring to. So the event description that I had shared, it was basically saying what we provided, and what that was basically uh, families with children under 2 could kind of come, and it was called, again, babies and breakfast or babies and brunch. And they would just be able to play, have bagels, have donuts, have some Danish, things like that, have coffee, just relax, meet other parents, and just play in a nice, quiet environment because all of the kids were under 2. We didn't even allow siblings that were over 2. We kind of encouraged parents to make this a special, baby and me outing. So if there was an older sibling, the other parent would generally stay home with the sibling. And that's because a lot of times the smaller children wouldn't always get full range of our play area because there were bigger kids running around. They would kind of be confined to the baby area. So this was the one chance a month for them to kind of roam free without having to worry about larger kids. So she asked me, she said, why did you only charge $6 for this event? I feel like you could charge, at least $15, and that's probably what I would charge. And then a couple other people chimed in and said, yeah, I probably charge $15 a person. Now, just to give you a little background, for this particular event, we charged for both babies and parents. So the babies were basically paying to play and snack on the fruit and muffins and things like that. And then the parents were paying more for their coffee and breakfast. So $6 a head for every single person. So a family of 3 would obviously be $18. So somebody was saying, I feel like you could charge a lot more for that. And, it brought me back to my grocery days. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked in the grocery industry, but a lot of major grocery players, they will actually sell some of their most popular items at a loss. So they're actually losing money every single time they sell one of these items because it gets people into the building. And they know that, for example, if they have the lowest price in town for milk, people are going to come, they're going to see that, they're going to say, wow, milk is a staple for me. That's really important. It's going to get them into the store, and then it's going to expose them to all the other products and services that that store has, very likely leading to an upgraded purchase. So they're not just going to buy milk. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but they always put the milk at like the back of the store. Yes, there's like a convenience case usually up front, but anyways, this is what we in the grocery industry used to call a loss leader, meaning our leading items we would lose money every single time we sold them. And that's because we saw the potential in additional revenue from getting people into the store. And it made me realize and remember that that's exactly what this particular event was for us. So we really just wanted to get people in the door. Now, did we do this for every single event? No, we did it for a very specific subset of events, and this event in particular. And to understand a little bit more about why it might seem obvious that I should charge a higher price, I want to just do a quick number scheme. So generally a sold out event would be 25 people. So that includes both parents and children. And if I was charging $6 a person, that means we would be making about $150 per babies and brunch event, which basically covered the cost of breakfast, coffee, and labor. So we're really not making any money. In fact, we might even be losing a little bit of money because I really like to decorate it and really go all out in terms of fruit and offerings for breakfast. Now, if I instead raise the price to $15 a person, we could make $375 by having the same 25 people in the door. So it kind of seems like a no brainer. However, I would still choose to do the $6 price every single time, and I'm going to explain why. And first of all, we did not do this for every single event. A lot of events were strictly money makers. However, if you've been following my YouTube channel for a while, or if you followed my Play Cafe journey, you'll know that our number one priority in our business was always birthday parties, and more specifically, birthday parties for 1, 2, and 3 year olds. That was our bread and butter. If we didn't do anything else in our entire business, we could still stay afloat and be profitable if we just stayed completely booked out for these types of birthday parties. Now, the reason why we liked to lose money on this event and did so very happily, just when we take into account ticket prices, it's because we knew our priorities, right? Our priority was not making a couple extra $100, just a marginal extra amount from this event. Our number one priority was getting new birthday party bookings. So, number one, we knew our priority. Number two, we knew our ideal customer. So, we knew that, again, our ideal customer had a child under the age of 2, so 1 or 2. We knew that our ideal customer liked to visit on the weekends because they typically worked during the week. So, just based on data and analytics and just running my business for multiple years, I noticed that our best, most successful parties were our highest tier parties. And they were more of the done for you party, the divine, all inclusive party. And I would say 9 out of 10 times, the customer that purchased that party, it was a 2 parent working household. So both parents worked during the week, and they just wanted us to kind of take all of the decorating and planning off of their hands. And that was really our specialty. That was really our cornerstone offer. That was our bread and butter of our business. That's how we paid our bills. So because of that, because I knew that our business hinged upon getting these working parents in the door, I also knew that our Saturday morning open play was constantly crowded. There were a lot of older kids that came. So I really wanted to give this ideal customer a chance to, really calmly and in a more relaxed environment with just the smaller kids. I wanted them to be able to walk around and look at the space. And I set this event up to be very similar to a birthday party because I wanted them to be able to envision their event in our space. Now, during Saturday morning open play, it was a lot harder to do that again because tons of different ages, tons of people in and out all the time. The babies and brunch event started at a specific time and it ended at a specific time. So I really wanted to make sure that, again, they had a more relaxed environment in order to really start considering if they wanted us to host their next event. And I also made sure this event was staffed properly. Saturday morning open play, again, was really crazy. So we didn't always have an extra staff member floating around, but I made sure I put either myself or another staff member, kind of floating around this event, really providing excellent customer service, asking or answering any questions that anybody had regarding events, and then actually booking events on our mobile iPad throughout the event. So this actually led us to really realize that this event was our main birthday booking generator. So every single time we held this event, like actually during the physical event, so not after, not next week, during the actual event, we would typically book between 4 or 5 parties. So we took a $100 deposit per party. So that's an extra $400 to $500 per event. And the reason why, again, we were very happy to only charge $6 was because of that. We knew our priorities, it brought our ideal customers in the door, and it gave them a really seamless and relaxing environment to book their party. Now, you might be playing devil's advocate and saying, well, why not charge the higher price and still get the ideal customer in the door? Well, I also noticed that for our babies and brunch event, most of the people that were coming in had never been to our facility before. And because they had a child under 2, they were probably a little bit more wary to pay to play. I know if you have like a crawler or a young infant, it's kind of hard to cough up $15 just for that child to play for 2 hours. Normally, our open play would be you would get a pass for the entire day. So I really found that that $6 price was actually the sweet spot. It was a no-brainer for people. They would think, for $18, myself, my spouse, and my child will get to play. We'll get out of the house for 2 hours. We'll get breakfast and we'll have coffee. It was like a no-brainer price. And it was very easy to get brand new people who had never visited us before in the door. I feel like if we did like $45 per family, that would just be a little bit too high of a cost barrier for some people. And again, we really just wanted to get some new faces in the door every single time. And we also wanted it to be more of a no-brainer for them to actually pull out their credit card an additional time during the event and actually make a deposit for their party. So we were very glad to lose money on this event occasionally, again, if it meant that we would stay fully booked out for those first and second birthday parties. And I also found that even when we didn't get bookings, like say somebody really liked the event, they really liked the party, even if they didn't book right on the spot, we got so many referrals and so many people calling us and emailing us after that event because these parents were constantly posting on Instagram. And don't forget, we set up this event just like a birthday party. So it's very easy, again, to see the pictures and say, wow, what's that? Where did you go? That place looks so cool. So we actually got so many calls and referrals from people saying, my friend went to the babies and brunch event. I want to come in and view this space. Or, they would book the party unseen, sight unseen, meaning they had never been to our facility before. And under where did you hear about us? A lot of people would say they saw pictures from our babies and brunch event. So again, this was probably our biggest birthday party booking generator. And that is why we were able to happily charge less than what we, probably could have for the event. And I think it was one of the keys to our success because, again, we were constantly able to get those new people in the door and we were able to constantly have new people finding us on social media from the pictures. So, again, that is an example of using a loss leader in your indoor playground business. And I hope this inspires you to just think a little bit outside the box and think more long term. Because, again, if we were a little bit more myopic or short sighted and we just wanted to double the ticket price just to get that extra $125 or whatever the case may be from the ticket sales, we probably wouldn't have been as successful to get quite so many bookings from the event and get brand new people in the door every single time. And not only book out every single event consistently, so we were sure it was going to be worth all the decorating and having an extra staff there, but we actually had a wait list. So people would book these events weeks and months in advance. So again, I hope this, inspires you to think outside the box and get creative with your pricing. And again, it all comes back down to knowing the priorities in your business, knowing what your cornerstone offer is, and knowing what that queen bee role is, which again, if you've been following me for a while, I got from Mike Michalowicz's book, Clockwork. For us, it was first and second birthday parties. For your business, it might be something different. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, give this video a thumbs up if you found this helpful and subscribe to my channel. I put out a new video every single week. All right, have a great week, guys.